Type a broad topic into an academic database, and you will likely receive tens of thousands of results. Attempting to read or even skim a fraction of these abstracts will cause your research process to collapse under the sheer volume of irrelevant data. If you manage to sift through the noise and locate the specific paper you need for your literature review, you often hit a second barrier. The publisher restricts access to the document behind a paywall, requiring a significant fee for a single article. The goal of the research phase is to avoid manual stockpiling and instead build a fully automated reference manager. A reference manager is a specialized software application that stores your documents, reads their embedded data, and generates your bibliography automatically. Turning an unmanageable pile of search results into a structured research paper relies on architectural filtering and institutional access. To filter a database effectively, you apply Boolean operators. Boolean operators on mathematical logic commands, specifically and, or, and not, that force the search engine to include or exclude specific concepts. This diagram shows how the AND operator functions. By placing AND between two distinct keywords, you command the database to ignore any paper that only mentions one of them. You extract only the intersecting center where both concepts appear together. The OR operator does the opposite. If your topic has multiple synonyms, linking them with OR tells the database that any of those variations are acceptable. You broaden your net to capture related papers that might use different terminology for the same idea. The NOT operator acts as a scalpel. If your search results are polluted by a subtopic you do not want to cover, applying NOT before that specific keyword rips those papers out of your final dataset entirely. Once the Boolean logic shapes the search, you apply blunt force database limiters. You restrict the results to a strict 5-year time horizon and select only the exact subject areas relevant to your research field. Applying this precise sequence of mathematical commands and limiters distills an unreadable ocean of noise into a highly targeted, highly defensible reading list. Securing the list is only the first step. You must also verify the quality of those papers and avoid discontinued journals, publications stripped from the database for poor peer review practices. Citing a discontinued journal immediately compromises the integrity of your own work. To measure quality, the global academic standard is the quartile ranking system. This system evaluates a journal's citation impact and sorts it into 4 tiers, from quartile 1 at the top down to quartile 4. This diagram shows how Scopus ranks its publications on a percentile scale. The database often obscures the simple Q1 or Q2 label, requiring you to look at a metric called the highest percentile and translate that number into a quartile tier yourself. The math for the translation is straightforward. If a journal's highest percentile lands anywhere from the 75th to the 99th percentile, it is a Q1 publication. If the journal sits between the 50th and the 74th percentile, it falls into the Q2 bracket. Mastering this numerical translation allows you to instantly verify if a source belongs to the elite literature, without waiting for third-party ranking websites to update their metrics. With your Q1 and Q2 papers identified, you must acquire the documents. Some articles are open access, meaning the publisher has made them permanently free for the public to read. The rest sit behind strict financial paywalls. To legally bypass these paywalls in Indonesia, you log in to the Perpusnas e-resources portal. This digital extension of the National Library provides you with a centralized access point to premium subscriptions. This portal acts as an institutional proxy. A proxy is an intermediary server that routes your connection to make it look like you belong to a permitted network. The library has already paid the subscription fees, so the proxy bridges the financial gap between you and premium global databases like ScienceDirect. Utilizing these institutional bypasses democratizes data. The quality of your literature review is now dictated by your analytical skill, not by your personal budget. Once you have secured these PDFs, you have a folder full of loose files. Leaving them disorganized creates severe administrative friction when it is time to write. Instead, you import them into your reference manager. The software uses internal algorithms to scan the text and automatically extracts the metadata. Metadata is the structural information embedded in the file, such as the author's name, the publication year, and the volume number. You select your bulk list of downloaded PDFs and drag them directly into the software interface. The reference manager forces the files into a clean list, auto-populating all the necessary citation fields without manual data entry. By centralizing the files and letting the software extract the metadata, you convert a static folder of disconnected documents into an interconnected, immediately actionable knowledge base. You started with a vague keyword and an overwhelming list of results. By applying Boolean logic, filtering for percentiles, and utilizing the national proxy, you have built a thoroughly vetted database of elite Q1 and Q2 literature. The ultimate dividend of this system appears during the writing phase. Because the reference manager securely holds all the metadata, you can generate flawlessly formatted in-text citations and bibliographies directly inside your word processor. Mastering this technical pipeline changes the nature of work. It frees your mind from the administrative hunt, so you can focus entirely on intellectual combat.